Hi everyone, it's Dawn and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have MSC Cruise Line has now taken possession of their brand new ship. We also have a story coming out, in fact it's a movie now, about those two ladies who were convicted and sentenced to prison, the Canadian ladies who were caught smuggling cocaine in Australia for internet fame. And then the big news of the day, that's right, Disney Cruise Line has just acquired one of the largest cruise ships in the world. So first off, MSC Cruise Line has taken possession of the Seascape, their brand new ship that's come out from that's their 21st ship. It's hard to believe now that MSC is becoming pretty much one of the largest, if pretty soon, the largest cruise ship company in the world, while other cruise lines have been building, one ship here, maybe a couple, 3 years down the road, another ship. MSC seems to be coming out with a ship every single year for the next few years. I'm sure they're giving Carnival and Royal Caribbean a bit of a run for their money when it comes to brand new ships and offerings going out across the world. They're one of the largest cruise ships in Europe companies, and now they're really concentrating in Brazil and South America and areas like that. So destinations that some of us don't always get to, MSC is making it easier for us to do so. So yeah, brand new ship coming from them. Then we also have a Prime movie. If you have the Amazon Prime, a new movie has come out about the Canadian girls who were dubbed the Cocaine Cuties, or the, the Cocaine Babes in all the media, and was convicted back in 2018 of trying to smuggle cocaine in Australia. And why did they do this? Because they wanted to be able to take Instagram photos in exotic locations and become Instagram famous. And they thought, as they hooked up with somebody who offered them these trips to help smuggle the cocaine, they thought this was the perfect idea, the greatest get-rich-quick scheme they could come up with. And so they came out with that idea, and it didn't go so well for them. But the Amazon Prime has come out with a new movie detailing the story called Sugar on Amazon Prime. So if you have that and you want to see the interest story, and unfortunately it is kind of a telltale story of the trouble that a lot of people have gotten into just trying to be famous, right? Look at the people who went around licking ice cream and putting it back in store shelves, and people who would go in during COVID and walked into Walmart with a big spray stuff and start spraying fruits and vegetables with stuff and filming it, thinking that they were funny. Ha ha ha, I'm going to be rich and famous. And all it did, they weren't rich and famous. They had their 15 seconds of fame, and then they got charged and they got arrested and they had fines, and they didn't get famous. They became stupid people, and that's a completely different story. And unfortunately, a lot of that is still going on. But this is one of those first stories that came out, and it's maybe a good story to show your young folk, to say, hey, if you're thinking of becoming famous for doing something stupid, watch this movie. So I'm going to give it a watch when I get home and from this cruise. Now, the big news, the Disney Cruise Line news. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with everything cruising, from the new stories that are coming out, from movies that cover cruising that you might be interested in, to brand new ships, to older ships moving over, to destinations banning cruise ships, all the stuff that goes on, we cover it here on the news station. And perhaps you might just find some information useful in your next cruise, including maybe some money-saving tips as well. Well, I hope you'll decide to join us by hitting that button. It really does help the channel out. Okay, Disney Cruise Line has just acquired the Global Dream cruise ship, the one that was unfinished as the company went bankrupt. And a lot of people said, it's going to be scrapped, it's going to be scrapped. Well, Disney has now stepped in and confirmed they have purchased the shell, basically, of the ship. It's already cost over $900 million in building, and it's completely unfinished yet. And if you think about what has to happen for a Disney cruise to look like a Disney cruise, a lot of work has to go involved. Now, Disney is not used to having mega ships. Their ships are usually quite small in comparison to the mega ships that are out there. Their ships are not even really as large as a large Princess cruise ship or a large Norwegian, or even the Carnival Mardi Gras dwarfs most Disney Cruise Line ships. Now, they have 5 ships in their fleet. The brand new one just came out last year, or earlier this year, I should say, the Disney Wish. And much people like the ship, but kind of said, well, it's almost like it's too big. Well, I hate to see what they say when they look at a 6,000 passenger mega ship for Disney. Now, it remains to be seen. Will people flock to this? Will people kind of go, that's not the Disney I know? Disney fans are very, very loyal, but they know what they like, and they like the traditional things quite often more than the new things coming out. Now, the good thing that this could be is if Disney brings out that size of ship, maybe they don't need to charge quite so much money to make a profit for a large ship like that, because Disney Cruise Lines remains to be one of the most expensive cruise lines out there, bar none. So it would be nice to see one that the families more can afford. Now, this ship is mega. It was coming with an entire like fare, basically, in the middle of the ship. It was supposed to have the longest roller coaster at sea. Not the first, but the longest roller coaster at sea, along with a lot of new innovation. Well, we'll have to see what Disney decides to keep, what Disney decides to change, and make it a Disney-feeling cruise ship. Or will they just decide to go mega ship new with a couple of touches here and there? Because when you step on a Disney cruise, you know it's a Disney cruise. You can tell right away when you walk into the main stair area, piazza, if you will, a boardwalk, whatever you want to call it. But it's very, very distinctive. Now, it's harder to be so distinctive when the ship is twice the size to 3 times the size of your normal ships. It's going to be interesting. They say the ship's going to be ready in 2025. That's not that far away to get a mega ship like this already. Grant you, we have the framework already done. So just think about that for a minute. It's 2022. It's going to be ready in 2025, and the whole frame of the ship is already built. It's still going to take 3 more years for them to Disneyfy it and get it ready. I imagine the Imagineers of Disney are hard at work deciding to figure out, what are we going to do? And if you're an Imagineer, imagine how exciting that is to have such a huge canvas to try and make as special a cruise as you can do. It could be magical, and it could be a complete flop. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm curious to see what they come up with. A mega ship with Disney. I did not think I would see the day. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.